I want it to be thunderous. I want people to be able to see her, feel her, hear her. So being the founder of petrolhedonism.club in the UK and also being membership secretary of the Lamborghini Club, I've driven a Gallardo Spider for 10 years and now I've had a couple of years without one. And then with building the new business, I had the opportunity to buy a Lamborghini Aventador. And the only reason why it had to be this car was because you search on Auto Trader, you search on eBay Motors, you search on Facebook Marketplace, and it's kind of like a pastime and there's nothing else going on. And the world's coming out of lockdown, there's not much to do, and you're still really worried about COVID. So looking through, and Viola Ophelia comes up. And for me, Viola Ophelia is just like a holy grail coloured Lamborghini, a purple Lamborghini. There's songs made about purple Lamborghinis. There's one other one other than the one I saw listed, and that's my friend's Aventador SV Roadster in Viola Ophelia. And when this one came up, the price tag was £169,000. It had 5,200 miles on the clock. And I just felt every single bone inside me said I had to buy this car. There was no way I was in a financial position to do this, having just set up 2-3 new businesses. The hotel's been in lockdown all this time. And I just had to speak to 3 or 4 friends, like, how can I make this happen? I went to one friend, can you lend me the deposit? I went to one of my sponsors, can you finance this for me? Because that's what they do. And I spent 6 weeks trying to figure out how I was going to buy this car. But the first thing I did in the morning when I got up, I phoned the dealership and I gave him £5,000 deposit. I said, I need that car, I want that car, but can you just hold this money while I figure out how I'm going to buy this car? And I'm sure people have been in that position before, but I could not let this car go for what it would represent for petrolhedonism.club and what it would represent for those ambassadors that become really close part knit of the club, that make up the club, being able to give them a ride in the car, being able to go out in the car, and just for it to be the jewel in everything we do as a club. I just knew I had to make this happen. Obviously, my wife played a big part in releasing some of our savings as a loan to the company, and our sponsors managed to figure out a way of making me a guarantor of my company's loan. The company's only been going 6 months at this point, but it's about to buy a Lamborghini. Now, whilst this is going on, I've sent Josh Scoop, my videographer, pictures of the cars. Not many people knew about it. I kept it a secret. I kept it off social media. And I found out that Shmi, who's a great YouTuber, had videoed and talked about Viola Ophelia, my Viola Ophelia, back in 2013. So it's a 2013 car. She's been catalogued by Shmi, and as far as I'm concerned, that means that everybody knows of the car, or she's already been spoken about. So for me, to make her something special, I needed to modernize or customize her into a new lease of life. So 2013 Roadster, Viola Ophelia, 5,200 miles. I thought that's a dream come true. But wouldn't it be another dream come true if I could make her something different, something that would really stand out and make people talk, make them sit up and see Petrol Hedonism is making some moves this year. We'd built up a relationship with Sean Huber of Huber Design back in January. He'd reached out to me to kind of bring his design of the era, which is a 10-year look at how Aventadors have changed and his kind of own take on what another Aventador may look like. And it's a plug and play front bumper and rear bumper, replaces the whole and changes the look of the car. And I'd helped him put that into the Lamborghini Club UK magazine. We'd done some social media coverage for him, but never in a million years had I ever dreamed of being able to buy a kit. His first 2 kits were going to be destined for Dubai in August. And when I got Viola Ophelia in May, I gave him a call. I said, you won't believe what's happened. I'm buying a Lamborghini Aventador. And he literally said, Ciro, it would be my honor if you were to intercept the first kit and have ERA 001 on your car, if that's something you're considering. I looked at it and I thought, wow, this really could be a game changer for us as a brand, for me as a person, being able to not only buy my dream car, but to customize a Lamborghini, something I never thought of doing. When I had the Gallardo, I kept it as stock as possible for the 10 years. So get speaking to Sean, he talks me through the process, and we're like, okay, well, we've got 6 weeks, Sean, while the car's at Raj's at Supercar Service. We're going to be doing some other bits to it. We're adding reverse camera, we're adding Android CarPlay to it. Let's see what we can do. He gave me an offer I couldn't refuse on the package, and to reciprocate, I said, look, I'm going to do as much as possible for you to put your design on the map. Sean's great friends with Ralph. Ralph is W Motors. They went to college together in Coventry, and I just knew that Sean had something really special about what he was doing. And I've learned more and more about Sean's designs, that he is going places and he's making a big name for himself. So I thought, well, he's proud for me to have the kit. I really want to wear this kit. Let's get the ball rolling. So we made a deal, and I've framed the invoice he sent me because I'm going to present that to him for Christmas. That same weekend, running an event at the hotel, and I'm just doing what I normally do. I get a DM from Alpha Performance, and it's like, hey, Ciro, we just did this amazing exhaust system for an Aventador SV, but we haven't got the social media to get it out there. Love what you do, love what you're about, love your positivity. Is there any way you can help us? And I was like, did you say Aventador exhaust? Call me Monday. So obviously I haven't put it out there. Nobody knew I bought an Aventador, and this guy's telling me about this amazing exhaust that he's built, and it looked like a work of art. So calling Monday, I was like, look, you're not going to believe this, but we're speaking to an exhaust company at the moment because we're looking to get an exhaust for my Aventador that nobody knows about, but it's going to be unveiled on the 25th of July at this amazing event with Fabio Lamborghini and other people that are involved in the car. And Sean Huber's going to be there as well. And, this is what we're going to do. He goes, I will build you your bespoke, personalised, custom exhaust. We can have petrol hedonism engraved in the tips, and you can have anything you want. Come and see me, but there's no charge. I want to do this for you. And I was like, absolutely wow. I was floored. I was going to not only get my personalised Lamborghini with the first Hubert era kit, but also a custom exhaust. And one of the great questions he asked me was, how do you want the exhaust to sound? I said, I don't want it screaming like an F1 car at 30 miles an hour. I want it to be thunderous. I want people to be able to see her, feel her, hear her. And honestly, from some of the experiences we've had in her since she's been out on the road, she has been absolutely amazing. The thunder is phenomenal, and Alpha Performance Exhaust has done an amazing job on her. Going back to the car, the kit arrives. Sean's there, the boxes are there. He helps us unscrew the boxes. So I've not even seen the kit, but he's literally mapped the car with a laser program that he's developed. And this is the very first 4x4 weave carbon printed nose cone for the front of the car and the rear. And we get it out of the box and we look at it, we take photos. We haven't offered it up to the car yet. We're just in awe of how amazing this work of art is. Then Raj says, he's anxious because we've got a tight deadline on this and parts never fit exactly. There's going to be fettling, there's going to be cutting, there's going to be painting. And we all started getting really anxious. At that point, we lifted the front cone onto the front of the car and rested it in position. And at that point, when Raj clicked it into position, all the lines met, we knew we were in the front of something amazing and special. Sean's design was perfect, millimeter perfect. The lines on the front and the back, the kit clicked into position, and all the ducks aligned, and it was phenomenal. So now we've got the car all fitted together, the exhaust is coming together, we get the car into paint to finish off, add some Violophilia onto the new parts that has been a bit too much carbon with the front and rear. It would have looked stuck on. So I had so many renders from Sean as to the options to break it up, and we had the car finished in time. It went over to Auto Finesse. It was detailed. It was hidden in the garage of a private collector who now owns David Beckham's old house. And it was put on the lawn ready for it to be unveiled. And it was just a fabulous moment where Fabio Lamborghini pressed the button on the air shroud. The cloth came off and we were there with 30 odd Lamborghini owners. And the car just sat beautifully in the sunshine of Buckingham Palace. From that moment, the car has been featured across numerous news stations, online, as well as so many tags. And there's people that hate it, and there's so many people that love it. But it's the positive love the car has wherever it goes to any events. And we've done 5,000 miles, literally doubled the mileage in 3 months of an 8-year-old car. So Violophilia is our jewel in the crown. And Sean, you've done an amazing job.
We'd like to thank the Ticket Clinic for supporting VINwiki this month. When you get a ticket, no matter where it happens, you're risking points on your license, costly fines, insurance premium increases, and risks of suspension or jail time. So it's more important than ever to have great representation. The Ticket Clinic is a nationwide law firm that can help you fight a ticket no matter where you get it. It's easier than ever to start a relationship with them. You'll just take your ticket, snap a picture of it, and text that picture to 305-305. You can also reach them at the link in the description below to thank them for their support of VINwiki and fight your ticket with the Ticket Clinic.